We have finally made it to the month that everybody has been waiting for this month, where Jurassic World, Rebirth, Superman, and Fantastic Four drop all in the same month. But we're here to talk about Jurassic World, Rebirth. This is yet again them trying to milk that Jurassic titty, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. The last trilogy, the first Jurassic World was cool, but then it's just the last two were just really fucking bad. Even though these movies make dumb money regardless, so it doesn't really even matter. It's going to be interesting with this movie considering that they only have the Dolby screens, and I think they might have 4DX, but they don't have IMAX, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see if they can still hit that $1 billion mark. Maybe they will fall short because they don't have those necessary screens. Who knows? I think this movie is still going to do well internationally. But anyways, I rambled on enough about that. I want to talk about this movie, the story. We have Scarlett Johansson in this. We have Mahershala Ali in this. He's supposed to be Blade, so it's great to see him on the big screen finally, you know what I'm saying. Unfortunately, it's not Blade, but like I said, it's all right. A huge cast of characters here. Also, we have Jonathan Bailey. I don't recognize him. I thought he was somebody else, but he was really dope in this. He plays Dr. Henry Loomis. We have Scarlett Johansson. She plays Zora, or just Z. She's like a mercenary. She gets hired by this dude, Martin, that pretty much wants these samples from these three big-ass dinosaurs from a forbidden part of the world where they kind of just left all these dinosaurs that were experimented on at this island. All the most dangerous dinosaurs are just left on this island, and it does kind of pick up where World left off the last trilogy, where a lot of the dinosaurs are kind of dying off and some of them are migrating towards the equator because that's the only place that they can really survive. Interesting, you know what I'm saying? But what I really appreciate about this movie, just kind of getting into the gist of it, is them kind of going back to their horror roots, because there are instances where they do a really good job of building suspense. This movie is a lot slower than I expected pace-wise, because like I said, Scarlett Johansson's character Zora, she gets hired by this dude Martin, and they put together this team to go out and track down each individual big-ass fucking dinosaurs, because they want to there's money involved with it. Martin he has his own kind of greedy motivations. Other people like Dr. Henry Loomis, he has more positive things he wants to do with this medicine, or this stuff that they want to make out of this all these different kind of things that they're collecting. Anyways, that's pretty much the gist of it. But then, they have this other family that is just kind of out there at the same time. They cross paths, so now we got this big ass group that kind of comes together, but they end up getting split up at some point in the movie, and they have to kind of get to this resort before this helicopter kind of flies by them so they can be rescued. It takes a while for us to kind of get things going. In the beginning, it kind of shows you like what they were doing, and they tease what the helisaur, because I don't know what the hell the fucking dinosaur was. It was like a mix of like a T-Rex. It had a T-Rex baby arms, and it had big ass fucking arms that could just fucking grab you and shit, and it had like a hard ass head. That shit just looked fucking just crazy. And I will say that whole part takes way too fucking long to kind of get to. Obviously, like, they're trying to accomplish getting all these 3 samples, even though it just kind of felt like a cakewalk. And the problem with this movie is, I will say, you have a all-star cast and some unfamiliar names. You could have done really more with this script and just the dialogue between characters, because to be honest, you have all these characters and you try to throw humor in here while also trying to make it serious at times when you got the dinosaurs on screen, and it doesn't really mesh well. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you don't really believe the bond or the connection with certain characters outside of the family. Like, you have this little girl named Isabella, like, befriends one of these little ass dinosaurs. That's probably like the only believable relationship. You could say like there is a little bit of a thing going on between Henry and Z, but even that kind of falls short in my opinion and just felt flat. A lot of this just kind of felt flat. The only thing I really appreciate about this movie is the dinosaurs were just yanking people up, bro. They was not playing around, even though it is very contrived, just plot convenience. A lot of characters have plot armor, obviously, because they want to save characters for potential future films, even though I feel like they could have definitely got rid of a certain character on the family side of things to kind of just make it more, make the stakes a little bit higher. Just let it be known, oh man, anybody can on either side could just be gone. But just kind of having it very one-sided, I don't know, they could have just did better overall with that. Yeah, this movie is better, I would say, than the last trilogy, to be honest. But I just feel like this movie just didn't do enough. It's just not enough to really, it was almost there, I just feel like if they tightened up on the dialogue and the script and just the story alone, they would have had something. Even though in my theater it was 9:30 in the morning, pretty packed theater, which is kind of crazy. That lets you know that people still want to go see these movies regardless of how they felt about the previous film, which is interesting. But me, I just feel like a lot of things are kind of a little lackluster and a bit disappointing. You know what I'm saying? I wanted a little bit more and I didn't really get it. And it just felt like the story and whatnot, and it was just kind of dragging just for the sake of the story and just having all these different kind of subplots and stuff like that. Didn't really feel believable. Characters are just making stupid choices and decisions as usual. It's very generic as a whole too, but like I said, it does have some cool moments, some really cool kills that I wasn't expecting, and definitely I just felt like that's what the tone needed to be at all times. And get a little bit more dinosaurs. They were kind of a little and they could have just did a little bit more with that. The CGI is a little wonky. You can kind of definitely notice that the CGI is a little off at certain points, especially with the big ass, what the heli-saur dinosaur that's just kind of walking around. And I was kind of disappointed because normally with these Jurassic movies, we get a showdown with whoever is the next big dinosaur versus the T-Rex. We didn't get that. I wish we would have got that. I think that would have definitely upped the movie for me as far as the enjoyment goes. But I think a lot of people, if you like these movies just for the sake of having dinosaurs in it, I think you're going to absolutely love this movie. But if you're wanting more and you're expecting more, I think you're going to be kind of let down, a little disappointed, or maybe you're going to just land in the middle with this movie. And that's kind of where I'm at, because I was like, man, they were almost there. It just falls short in a lot of areas, and I just don't think they did enough to kind of really make a splash with this. That's just my opinion about this movie. Let me know what you guys felt about this movie. How do y'all feel about it? Do you think it's going to do well in the box office, or is it just going to get thrown to the wayside, and Superman and Fantastic Four are just going to absolutely dominate. And F1 is up there too, so we'll see how this kind of plays out. But I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know. If you're new, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, PertMinder420. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.